have a question for you all. Do you know what it means when I say kill two birds with one stone? Does that sound familiar to you? Think. Maybe you've heard it before, maybe you haven't. What exactly does it mean? To kill two birds with one stone. Honestly, if I didn't know this English proverb, I would automatically think, wow, violence. Like, why are you killing birds with stones? Like, what the heck are you talking about? But luckily, I speak native English and I know that it's a proverb and I'm familiar with it enough to teach that to you today. Kill two birds with one stone. If you don't know what it means, keep watching because by the end of this video, you're gonna know what it means. Trust me. My story that I have for you all today is every time I go to my hometown, so every time I go back home, I like to kill two birds with one stone. Let me give examples, all right? I'm giving you this story today because I literally just went back and visited my hometown last week. It's very fresh in my brain. But while I was there, I thought, you know what? I kill two birds with one stone every time I come here. Every time I come back home, I always kill two birds with one stone. I always multitask and get things done. So last week I went back home because it was my son's birthday. I wanted to go to Orlando. I'm from Florida. I don't live in Florida anymore, but I'm from Florida. And then we were going to Universal Studios in Orlando. We had to drive through my hometown to get to Orlando. Now, our destination is Orlando, right? We're going to Orlando. But I want to kill two birds with one stone, so I'm going to go and say hi to all my family members in Jacksonville, my hometown.
Don't judge me. Yes, I know.
Duval. No, just kidding.
Sorry, it's like natural. But I like to, stop and say hi to my friends and my family in Jacksonville because why not? I'm already going down to Florida. I might as well do it. So there you go. I killed two birds with one stone. The fun doesn't stop there. It goes on. The first night that I'm there, and this is just this one time, all right? I'm just telling you the story about last week, what happened. But this happens almost every time I go to Florida. Every time I go back home, this happens. So I didn't just kill two birds with one stone. If you're keeping count, I killed like 50 birds with one stone.
What?
But you can still use this proverb. You can still use kill two birds with one stone. Even if you do multiple things and achieve the goal, you can still just use the same proverb, all right? Not only was I going to Orlando thinking, I have to drive through Jacksonville to get to Orlando. Let me leave early. Let me stop in Jacksonville, see my friends and family, then go to Orlando. Boom, kill two birds with one stone, right? I'm already driving down, I might as well. But I knew I was driving down and I knew one of my friends is getting married soon. I haven't met his fiance, so I called him up and I was like, hey, let's meet up. I want to meet you. I want to meet your fiance. Let's hang out. Boom, killed two birds with one stone. I was already going to be in town for the night. I was like, let me go meet them. I get to meet his fiance. It's the best of both worlds, I get to see my friend, I get to meet his fiance, we get to hang out, we get to have a good night, and then I'm already driving down there, so I might as well. But it doesn't stop there, even more. I told you I'm killing like 50 birds with this one stone, but the same proverb applies. The next day, you think, all right, I'm going to Orlando. No, it was raining all day. We couldn't go to Orlando because why would you want to? Why would you want to go to Orlando to theme parks when it's pouring rain all day? So I got to stay in Jacksonville an extra day. While I was in Jacksonville, I was like, I don't want to be bored here. I don't want to be sitting here at my house. What can I do? Let me call up my sister, who I only get to see like once or twice a year. Hey, I have some errands I have to do. I had to grab like a backpack and some things to put my, phone in for the theme parks. So I was like, you want to go to the store with me? And she was like, Carly, it's raining. Are you crazy? It's pouring down rain. It's raining cats and dogs.
Whoa! It's raining cats and dogs out there.
An idiot. And I was like, yes, but I really would like to see you. And don't you want to see me? We can just, we can just hang out and walk around the store. Carly, why don't we just meet at like a coffee shop or go get lunch or a bakery or somewhere? Why do you want me to go to the store with you? Because I'm already going to the store and we can talk a lot and hang out while I'm at the store. So you want to meet me at the store? Fine, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Yes. So my sister met me at the store and I killed two birds with one stone because I got my shopping done. I only bought like 2 things. I only needed like 2 things. Actually, my husband needed both of those things. He needed a bag to put his stuff in for the park and he needed hairspray for his hair. Roller coasters and his Asian hair doesn't work really well. So he had to like spray his hair down, everything. But that's beside the point. So anyways, we got those two things and I got to talk to my sister for, while I was shopping around, because I walked around, of course I'm going to walk around the store 5 times just to make sure there's nothing else that I need. So I got to talk to my sister, and then we went to Starbucks and grabbed coffee and talked some more. So like, boom, I got a coffee, and she offered to pay for my coffee. Now I did decline because I was like, you know what? I got this, boo. Because when I was growing up, my sister, she's my older sister, she always bought my coffee. So I was like, I got this. I'm an adult. But now thinking back, should have just took the free coffee, she offered. So I killed 2 birds with 1 stone there. Then right after that, my sister-in-law, so my brother's wife, was like, hey, since it's raining outside, we're gonna take the kids to an indoor jumping playground thing. Wanna meet us there? Boom. Went there. Not only did my kids get to run off all their energy because they were staying at their grandparents' house, and my parents give them candy and whatever they want. So they were hyper and they had a lot of energy. They got to jump around and go crazy and run around and do all this stuff. But while they were doing that, I got to play with my niece, who is like 19 months old. She's not even 2 years old yet. She's so cute.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
So I get to play with her. So boom, killed 2 birds with 1 stone. My kids off playing, doing whatever. Lord only knows. Hopefully they weren't mean to anybody, but they were brothers and they were with each other, and then my husband was watching them, so they were off doing whatever because I was absorbed in my cute little niece and everything that she was doing, and like she's learning to talk and everything, and it's just so cute. I was there with her. So boom, killed 2 birds with 1 stone again. That was Saturday. The next day, Sunday, we just drove down to Orlando, even though it was rainy, but we drove down early so that we could go to Disney Springs. And hang out because Disney World is really expensive. Yes, I know Universal Studios is expensive as well. And yes, I paid for the Universal Studio park to park ticket. I know it's pricey, but Disney World is even more expensive, all right? And honestly, I think Universal Studio has better rides. Disney has better vibes, but Universal Studios has better rides. All right, so that's a debate for another day. We can argue about this. I stand firm. All right, Universal Studios has better rides and sometimes has really good vibes, but Disney World is like a whole, it's just like nostalgic. So it has very good vibes for me too. Beside the point, we went to downtown Disney, which is now called Disney Springs. We hung out. We were able to get the shopping done because my husband needed sweatpants. It was actually cold in Florida, which, me being Floridian, I was like, February is the coldest month. But I was checking the weather a lot and I was like, it's not gonna be cold on Monday. Then it rained and boom, cold. I had to get leggings to put under my skirt. My husband had to get sweatpants. So we went to Disney Springs. There's shopping there. We're like, okay, we need to eat. We need to get these, sweatpants and leggings or whatever. And then my son it was his birthday. So it was his birthday weekend. So he wanted to go to the Lego store and, the Disney store and everything. So we're like, okay, we're gonna get this. So we, boom, killed 2 birds with 1 stone. One stop, just go to Disney Springs. There's clothing stores. We went to Uniqlo. I love Uniqlo. There's not one where I live now, so it's like kind of sad. We went to Uniqlo. We went to Zara. We walked around other stores. Superdry. I love Superdry too. So we went there. We got a few things. Actually, we were supposed to only get sweatpants and leggings, but we actually got a lot more things. But you know what? It was vacation. And if you're one of my students that knows that I'm budgeting this year because I have an international vacation coming up, you didn't hear this. All right. Yes, I spent money, but it was vacation. You spend money on vacation, all right? And plus it was my son's birthday. You know what? I was gonna spend money anyways. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. The whole weekend, basically, the Florida trip in general, I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. I got to see my friends. I got to see my sister. I got to do all my errands that I needed to do. I was planning on just going to Orlando, but I was like, heck, I'm already going through Jacksonville, so I might as well just stop and say hi to everybody. So I did that. Plus, the cherry on top, my mom and dad, they watched my youngest son while we were in Universal because there's not many things for 4-year-olds to do in Universal. There's a few, I'm not gonna lie, there's a few things that he could have done, but for the most part, it's all like big kid rides and he would be too small and it would just be a miserable time for him. And also, the ticket is still $200 or more. So I'm like, why would I pay $200 for him to be miserable and bored all day? probably like on his tablet. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So my mom and dad were able to watch him while we went down and had fun in Universal Studios. So many things that I was able to get done just because I'm like, oh, well, I'm doing this, so I might as well do this too. Kill two birds with one stone. All right, so kill two birds with one stone just means, if you don't know by now, to achieve two goals at once. All right, to achieve two goals at once. If you're killing two birds with one stone, you're just achieving two goals at once. Now, I did say earlier that I killed like 50 birds with one stone. That is common too. If you like are getting stuff done, then you can still say, oh, I killed two birds with one stone. But in reality, maybe you killed like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 birds with one stone. Like maybe you got a bunch of things done at once. In my case, I did a lot in those couple of days that I had in Jacksonville. I got stuff done. I saw the people I needed to see. Now, I'm sorry I didn't see half of my other family because I didn't know I was going to be there an extra day because of the rain. I didn't plan it ahead. And I didn't know what to do because I was like, oh, well, is it going to rain? Is it not going to rain? Should I go down early? Should I go down to Orlando? What should I do? So I didn't plan ahead too much. And I know there's friends and family that are watching this that I didn't see. And I'm sorry. Don't hate me. I know you're on my list to see next time. You can always come and see me. You know who you are. It works 2 ways. You can come and see me here. I don't always have to see you down there, but that's all I'm gonna say about that. You know who you are. But I did kill like 6 or 7 birds with one stone. You can say that if you want to say if you want to change up the proverb a little bit and be like, oh, I killed like 6 birds with one stone. You can say that. People will understand and people will actually be like, oh wow, like, you know that proverb? You know that? You know what that means? And you're like, yeah, I do, because I watch Teacher Carley on FasciNATIVE English, and that's why I, speak English so well. No, maybe. Who knows? But anyways, you can say that. But the actual proverb is just kill 2 birds with one stone, which means you get 2 things done at once. So I hope you have a better understanding of this proverb. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you all in the next video.